So excuse me if you were not looking for an emotional video. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What's up, internet fam? How are you guys doing? I'm doing well. If you are new here, hi, hello. My name is Ren, and I make LGBTQ themed videos with some lifestyle, some vlogs, all kind of stuff thrown in or whatever. So if you are interested in any of that, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another one of my videos. I post every single Wednesday. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, what are you guys waiting for? Right? Like, what are you waiting for? Me to beg? Okay. Today I am doing kind of like a different type video. This one is very personal. I try to do, more lighthearted videos and, things that are funny and whatnot. But I thought it would be maybe somewhat, I don't know, helpful or something, maybe to you guys, or maybe just for you to get to know me a little bit better on a more personal level, I guess. So I've decided to just lay it out there and let you guys know something about me. And that is, I'm almost 30 and I've never been in a relationship. And, wow, I didn't think I was gonna tear. I didn't think I was gonna tear up saying that, at all, actually. But yeah, I am going to be 29 in maybe four months, something like that. I can't really do the math right now in my head. But yeah, I'm almost 29 and I've never been in a relationship. Yeah. And I think sometimes it worries me. Sometimes just because I feel like I'm gonna be, so far behind in relationships than other people. So it is something that definitely, worries me. And the older I get, the more I kind of worry about it, and the more I kind of don't want to be in a relationship, just because I feel like I wouldn't be that great at it. I don't know. Wow, I was not expecting to be that emotional. So excuse me if you were not looking for an emotional video. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was not expecting to do this whatsoever. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are thinking, why? You seem like a normal, cute lesbian. Like, I'm sure people would want to date you, And yeah, there has been a couple, throughout my years. But I guess a little bit of backstory for you guys, is that I guess when I was young, I spent a lot of time, almost every weekend since I was like a newborn till I was about 11, I spent every single weekend with my grandmother. So I didn't really feel like I had a lot of interaction with, other friends. And I think, always being around older people, like my grandma and, some of her older friends, I feel like as I got older, I realized that I just didn't click with people my own age on a romantic, sexual level. I didn't feel like it was working out for me. Honestly, I wasn't feeling it. And so I've always found myself really being attracted towards older people and older women in specific. I definitely know 100% sure that I'm a lesbian. I had my first kiss when I was 13, and it was with a girl, and it was good. And you know, I really felt, you know, from like that point that I definitely was interested in women. So it you know, I just knew, you know, you just know, and that's what it was. The older I got, the more I realized I was never interested in anybody in high school. Like, all my high school friends, you know, were having their girlfriends and their boyfriends, and I was never interested in any of that. Like, I didn't feel nothing, you know? It just didn't work out for me. And I went to, you know, therapy for it and all this kind of stuff, and definitely she was like, okay, you have a fear of abandonment, you have a fear of commitment, you have a fear of, I mean, just all this kind of fears, and I'm like, wow, that's fantastic. Great, thank you. Also, I have an anxiety disorder, so cool. Who wants to date me? So it was just one of those things, like, I couldn't find myself connecting with girls my age. It just wasn't working. And so my first crush ever when I was 16 was with a 31-year-old woman who was my coworker. Okay, right? So that's, you know, never amounted to anything because she's 31 and I'm 16. Pretty sure that's, you know, rape. So yeah, no. Then, you know, once I got older, you know, in my 18s to 20s, I fell in love with a married woman, and it was a very traumatic time for me to be in love with a married woman. I'm sure if you are LGBTQ, you might have had the straight crush, you know, the married crush, all that kind of stuff. So you know what I'm saying about that. So yeah, that was a really rough time in my life. I did go on some dates, you know, with girls slightly older than me, but not as old as I felt like I was like interested in. By the way, when I was 20, the married woman was like 40s. So there's your comparison. I like women like 20 years older than me. So I will be the next Sarah Paulson for you guys. But yeah, it just nothing ever clicked for me. Nothing ever clicked. And as I got older, I kept finding myself, you know, interested in people that were unavailable. And my therapist, you know, talked to me about it, and there was kind of what, in a nutshell, it was basically because of my fear of being in a relationship and my fear of abandonment and my fear of commitment. I was almost, in a way, my brain was seeking out women that I know I could never be with. So I never really had to stress about being in a relationship because it was never gonna happen. So that kind of was like an eye-opener for me, and I noticed that I kind of did that a lot. I would be instantly like attracted to people that I know I could never be with, and I just hurt myself a lot, purposely, I guess, for many years. And now that I'm 28, yeah, I in many therapy sessions, I realized, you know, that this is what I do, and I have to take a step back and, you know, look at it in a different way now, because I don't want to keep trying to pick women that I know I'm never going to be with and just hurt myself, you know, repeatedly, which is not a nice thing to do to yourself. So don't do that, please. But therapy has been very helpful for me in kind of figuring all this stuff out. But at the same time, now that I'm like really understanding it, I kind of in like a space right now where I'm not really sure I want a relationship at this point in time, because I feel like I'm very focused on my social media, on my YouTube channel, on writing. There's so many things I want to like accomplish, and that maybe if I wait a little bit longer to get into a relationship, it's not the end of the world, and it'll be fine. And I'm sure some of you guys are watching this and is like, hey, Ren, I've never been in a relationship neither, and I'm such and such years old, and I'm here to tell you it's okay. It's really okay. I cried because it's something vulnerable to kind of tell people, and being vulnerable is kind of scary and all that kind of stuff. But I felt like if maybe somebody watches this and it helps them, you know, not feel so bad about themselves, then I'll be happy. You know, if just one person, I'll be happy that I was vulnerable and told, you know, a little bit about me. But yeah, I mean, I know, honestly, I know that it'll be okay, and in the right time, somebody will come along, and if they truly care about me, then they won't care that I've never been in a relationship. So I don't think it'll be that big a deal that I think it is gonna be in my head. But you know, as being an anxious person, we always kind of make mountains out of molehills. So I think that's one thing that I'm kind of doing with this, is making a mountain out of a molehill. But still, at the same time, you can kind of understand where I'm coming from, that it's kind of scary to think that you're just so behind. And yeah, you don't want to feel like that ever. You don't want to feel like you're just so behind everybody else. But maybe this is what makes me unique and different, and there might be somebody out there who's they might find that refreshing, that I've never been in a relationship. And I feel like the moment I do get into a relationship, it's gonna be like a very serious one, and I'm not gonna play around with it. I don't feel like I am the type of person to play around with relationships and things like that. I feel like it should be, you know, I want to make it, you know, something that's serious and healthy, and I don't want to be toxic or anything like that. I want it to be really, you know, special bond. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to come on here and tell you guys about that. And yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video, this short little story that I told you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you don't miss another one of my videos. And remember, be kind with yourself, okay? Be kind to yourself. It's okay. Run your own race. Run your own race. You're not behind. Trust me. Look at me. You're not behind. All right, guys. I love you so much. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you next week with another one. Mwah!